People come from all walks of life. They all have lives they lead. Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Small Talk. My guest today is the founder and chief operator of Hawkins Media and its subsidiary, FilmAds.ca. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Matthew Hawkins. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So tell me about your business.
Yeah, so one of the other things that I don't know how we missed, but was around Chilliwack is what I run locally. So where to shop, where to eat, and things to do in Chilliwack. But other than that, I got into business just with a passion for videography, filming and editing, directing, and started up working in movie theaters, actually first in Chilliwack and then expanding into Salmon Arm and into Trail and Golden and then over into Alberta. And I've been running that business full time now for 11 years.
So what type of things do you film?
So when I first got started, I was doing just some corporate and nonprofit work, just doing like sponsorship videos, highlight videos, demo reels, those sorts of things. And then once I got into the movie theater advertising, I started just doing 15 and 30-second videos for different local businesses across the province, and then transitioned that into making motion graphic ads so that instead of me having to go to Golden to do filming, they could send me photos or video with their phones, and then I could create something quickly and put it up on the theater screen for them, just all digitally.
Oh, cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So how did you go from that to get into promoting what's around town and where to go and where to eat? How did that happen?
So I started doing a lot of work with local businesses, with the different communities I was working in. And I met Amy Maroney up in Quesnel. And Amy started a thing called Small Town Love, which originally was a book. And so what they did in the book, the first half was professional photos of different local businesses. So it couldn't be a chain, it couldn't be a big business, it had to be local, it had to be a small business. You got a feature and a write-up, some interview questions, gorgeous photos. And then at the back half of the book was coupons that you could use at the various businesses. And so Amy and I got connected and talked a lot about local business and just how much local business is the backbone of our community, that they're the ones that pay so much in taxes. They hire so many people in town. And after a few years of just thumbing through that book, wanting to do something similar in Chilliwack that Amy was doing in Quesnel, I decided to not do anything like that. And I created something called Fishing Guys. And so this whole Fishing Guys thing, we were testing gear and doing podcasts, totally took a turn away from doing local community work, but really recognized that I missed it, that's something that I really wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And so the Small Town Love book gathered a bunch of dust on the bookshelf. And one day I took it off the shelf and realized, okay, I need to get back to this. This is something that I really want to do. And so I started what was originally called Around Town in Chilliwack, which was just a podcast to start off.
Okay.
So kind of what we're doing here, but I'd have people in my home office and we just do an audio podcast. And the number one question that kept coming up was, where do you like to go for lunch? Everybody likes to eat. Everybody has to eat. And so we started talking about our favorite places. And so I started just doing Google searches, what was kind of happening in Chilliwack, where you could find this information. There wasn't really anything. And so I turned it into the sort of boutique style website that it is now.
Very good. Now, there's been a lot of changes, especially in our downtown area, right? So is that exciting for you when you get to promote or mention some new place?
Oh, yeah. It's funny now that people have been getting to know me. When they bump into me, they'll ask, like, where should I go to eat today? Or, what should I order this weekend? The downtown, Bricklayer Brewing has by far been one of my favorite places to go. Wednesday night trivia there, which is just a blast. They bring in pizza, and I think the pretzels are from Anita's Bakery as well. So they're using a lot of local ingredients.
Nice.
This summer they had a strawberry beer that was on tap that was all Agassiz strawberries. So using a lot of local fresh products. And then the local space, which is just a couple doors down from there. Just a great place to find sort of gifts and apparel. And I got to know Megan, who owns now 3 local spaces in the Lower Mainland. And she was on a podcast with me, but just someone that's passionate about local business and just throws her whole heart into it. So we're really fortunate downtown, just to name those 2 places, let alone like everything else that's happening down there. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, do you try the places out before you mention them?
So we'll kind of pull the curtain back. There's been times where I've gone to places and I've just not done anything because I want to keep it positive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll end up going back and giving them a second or third try because not everybody gets it right the first time.
Yes. Yeah.
And but for the most part, I'll give a positive feature of why you should go visit a various store or restaurant.
So you'll find a reason that will interest another person, perhaps, right?
Yeah, because it's all about promoting our community, promoting local business.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, when did you first get involved with film in the beginning? You know, what inspired you to get involved, let's say?
I had talked about doing it for a really long time and then was pushed into using this Canon. It was a Canon PowerShot camera. So it was meant to just take photos, but at that time you could only take 30 seconds of video at a time on it. And was shown that you could just throw this into Windows Movie Maker, which was a free editor, and you could make a little video. And so I just started making stupid videos, just having fun, things that I'd always wanted to do, just kind of messing around. And then a couple years of doing that, just making videos with my kids, just fun little clips and things. I started to look at doing it professionally and actually bought into my first business, which was a total flop, a total failure, but huge learning curve, and just forced me to really learn and sit down many late nights sitting on Google and YouTube, learning how to do different things in the Adobe Creative Suite and with my camera. And yeah, that's kind of how it all got started.
Now, you mentioned your kids. Are they following in your footsteps at all?
So I have 3 kids. They're 16, 14, and 11. The boys are the oldest. They both love movies, both love film. My oldest is more into music, but he loves being behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then my middle guy actually has his own YouTube channel doing various video game tutorials and video game clips. And he's become really, really good at it.
Well, why don't you mention his YouTube channel? May as well promote him.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
That'd be great if you could include it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff on the Nintendo Switch and then does a lot of commentary with it. And I think he's hilarious. He does a really good job with it. And now my daughter's starting to pick up the iPad and start learning how to do some different like stop motion clips. And she's getting into it too, it's a lot of fun to see them, just not me nudging them to do it, but them kind of discovering it on their own.
And I just totally resent that young people pick things up so much easier. So now you've been at this for a number of years, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering how COVID has affected you, and if it has at all.
Oh, absolutely, it has. My 90% of my business is working with movie theaters. So I have 14 theaters that I work with in Alberta and BC, and we were closed for 9.5 months straight. And over the course of 16 months, we were closed for 14 months total, because we did have a brief window that we were open up again, very brief. But yeah, it's COVID hit hard, very hard. Yeah. So
do you have any new projects coming up?
I've got a few new series that I'm working on for around Chilliwack. Kind of keeping those close to the chest until I get them all done. but we've got a couple like week-long series that I'm going to release. We're just in the middle of featuring the agricultural tour that I helped film with Chilliwack Economic Partners Corporation.
Very
So
good.
we did 5 different farms across Chilliwack, just kind of how what they do and their impact on our economy in Chilliwack. So that's being featured on Around Chilliwack right now. And then these next ones will come out.
Right.
And in terms of movie theaters, been trying to take social media to more of a engaging point. So what I've been doing for them is creating content for the theaters to be able to use on their Facebook and Instagram pages and their websites. Something that we haven't done before, but it's overdue.
Right.
We should have been doing it years ago, but with COVID, it kind of gave time to reflect and see what we could do different and do better. And so those sort of things are rolling out with helping the movie theaters advertise that they have advertising space.
Very good. Now you've been recognized for your work both locally and nationally, right? For the quality of your work.
Yes.
So who does that? Who finds your work and decides that, we like this stuff, and how does that happen?
So for a national award, and it's the lady that actually got me into the movie theater advertising.
Okay.
It's our local biologist in Chilliwack, Karen Bondar.
Oh, I know her, a friend of mine.
Yes, she's fantastic. So she used to own and run Cottonwood Cinemas.
Right.
So she was the first person that I contacted about running theater advertising.
Okay.
And so I got it set up with her. And then Karen and I entered a short film with the Ryder Lake toads, the migration. And so we entered it in with Discovery Channel and ended up winning the award and getting flown out to Toronto and got to attend the award ceremony and watch a bunch of science short films, and it was fantastic. So that was really cool. Yeah. And then to see where Karen went after that has been it's been amazing. She's done such a great job. And
absolutely.
Yeah. Very smart, very talented woman.
She's been on my show. She's coming back on soon too.
Oh, good.
No, yeah, for sure. Now you won an award. What was that for?
I've been nominated for a number of awards locally. I was nominated twice for Young Entrepreneur of the Year. But I'm not sure which award you're alluding to.
Okay, sorry, for award for Discovery World HD.
Yeah, that was the one with Karen that we won.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Well, okay. And now let's see. You had an honorable mention. That was for the Vancouver Canucks video, right?
Yeah, I did a bunch of videos on YouTube as an ultimate Canucks fan. Yeah, they're very cheesy, very over the top, but that was my small claim of fame on YouTube, was making these ultimate Canuck fan videos. Because of that, I got to meet Dan Murphy from Sportsnet and Brent Butt from Corner Gas.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and got a tour of what was then a Rogers Arena, or GM Place, sorry, it's Rogers Arena now.
Right.
And so it gave me a window into a few cool opportunities.
Now, I get the idea that your whole purpose in doing this is you have a real desire, right, to help and promote, share a message, whether it's professionally, whatever it is. Is that correct? Yeah.
I love being able to give people a platform to be able to share who they are and what they do.
Yeah, for sure. Now, if somebody wanted to, let's just say they wanted to have you do a little ad for them, how would they do that?
Just reach out, contact me, and then we can figure something out to make it work. Yeah, got a visitor.
So would they go to, which one would they go to? I know you have a website, right?
Yeah.
Was that where
they websites, but I think the best one locally would around Chilliwack.ca.
Around Chilliwack.ca. Okay, I'll make sure that's mentioned. Just get back now, going back a little bit. You were a former assistant for our MLA, John Martin?
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Darren McDonald, who was longtime friends with John Martin. John was looking to get some video work done for the constituency and hired me on to do one video. That was the original plan. And one video turned into 2, turned into 4. And then John said, you know what, we should just hire you. And so I came on part-time as a constituency assistant doing his filming, photography, and social media posts.
Okay, right. Now you've already mentioned your children, and I know you have, I guess you have a little spare time. You can't have much. I mean, come on. But during your downtime, when you do have it, you like to go golfing?
Yes. Because of COVID, it gave me a little bit more time. So I've been golfing a fair bit in Chilliwack. I have some buddies that are just as passionate as I am about golf. And so this last 10 months, we've been out on the course a fair bit across Chilliwack and Abbotsford.
Right. Have you tried our new local virtual golf course?
Not yet. We're waiting for the weather to get worse because we still want to be outside right now. But it's in our plans to go. Yeah. It's in our plans to go try it out.
And you enjoy cooking. Are you a good cook?
I love to barbecue. That's where I kind of became passionate about cooking, but just that's expanded beyond barbecue now. So when I met John Martin, I was just getting into learning how to make ribs and barbecue. Yes. And so John helped me learn how to barbecue Southern Texas style. And
you may as well introduce your cat.
That's Coco. But yeah, John taught me a lot how to barbecue. And once I started to learn how to barbecue well, it just kind of expanded into everything, just everything in the kitchen, just being able to just prepare food. I love to be in the kitchen, put music on, have a good drink. And especially if you're barbecuing, you're going in and out, you can sit outside, and yeah, it's just the whole process. And then that you get to make something that you share with people.
Right.
It's something you've made with your hands.
Right.
I don't know. I feel there's something special about that.
Yeah, for sure. My husband, when he was alive, he loved cooking and barbecue and all that stuff. So I understand that. For him, it was like that, sharing, to do it to share, right?
Yeah.
So that was the whole purpose. So your kids must really enjoy that.
Yes and no. They're a little bit picky, right? As kids are.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're all fans of ribs. As long as I'm making ribs, they're set.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that. No, I'm not sure if hopefully I got everything mentioned that I wanted to mention for you. There's just something here. Wait a minute. You sit on, that's another thing. You sit on the Chilliwack Creative Commission Board?
Yeah, I've sat on that board for a number of years now. Just helping out with the various film, TV commercials that come into Chilliwack. But then it was originally called the Film Commission, and we expanded it to the Creative Commission, because now what we've been doing is things like Creative Third Thursdays, giving an avenue for creative people to be able to share what they're doing in Chilliwack. And then an event that's coming up end of this month called Pechakucha Chilliwack, where we'll have 8 speakers. They get 20 slides each, 20 seconds each. So 20 slides times 20 seconds works out just over 6 minutes. And so we've got a number of 8 people from Chilliwack that are going to be sharing their stories, and people sharing creatively how they've been able to work through COVID, small business or local business, and the challenges they faced and how they kind of got through it creatively. Very
good. That's great. I think we mentioned everything. I'm just sort of looking over the paperwork I have here, but I hate the fact that it's afterwards like, oh, I should have mentioned this, or I should have asked about that. But anyway, that'll be, I think if you have anything coming up, you can always contact me and come back on for sure. Yeah. So just stay there while I say goodbye to everyone. Yes, everybody, I hope you enjoyed listening to Matthew Hawkins, and I'm going to share his website if you want to get a hold of him, if you want to do an ad, and I'm sure he'll be happy to hear from you. And I hope you continue watching the show and stay safe, and peace out, everyone.